Hey there, future teacher. Do you need to pass the Elementary Education Subtest I 102 exam? If so, you've found the right place. Make sure to bookmark this video because in this lesson you're going to get a refresher for the information that you need to know to pass. As a high-level overview, I'm going to start by presenting the framework of the exam, and then we're going to go through the need-to-know knowledge for the two domains that this exam covers. Before we get started, just want to let you know that this lesson is proudly presented by TeacherPreps.com. We work hard to create accurate and streamlined test prep that has helped thousands of future teachers pass their certification exam. Just click the link in the description of this video or find your test prep at TeacherPreps.com, where our Elementary Education Subtest I prep includes a complete study guide and full-length timed practice tests. We know you'll love it, and it's free to get started, so when you're ready, we're here for you. All right, that was our plug. And for the rest of the video, it's go time. Make sure to grab your pen and paper and jot the notes. Let's begin with understanding the Elementary Education Subtest I 102 exam format. There are 75 multiple-choice questions on this exam, and there are no constructed response or written assignments. You'll receive a total of 1 hour and 45 minutes of total appointment time. Just note that 15 minutes is allotted for you to complete a tutorial and non-disclosure agreement. This means you'll have 1 hour and 30 minutes or 90 minutes to complete your exam. That gives you 72 seconds per question, which is a comfortable pace if you've practiced ahead of time. Now, let's go over the content domains of this exam. This means the content covered that you will be asked to demonstrate your understanding of by reading and identifying the correct answer to each question. This Elementary Education Subtest I 102 exam covers two main areas. 1. Reading and English Language Arts, which makes up 62% of your total exam score. This is the largest and most important area that you will want to spend the most time focused on. And 2. Social Studies, which counts for the remaining 38% of your total score. Now I'm going to break down the key insights that you'll need to know for Domain 1. It's not time to sit back and chill. Instead, write Reading and ELA at the top of your notebook and tune in. By the way, if you like this lesson so far and want to help more future teachers find this video, please click the like button. Remember, we're active listeners, right? Let's keep it going. Future teacher. Domain 1 covers everything from language development and emergent literacy through phonics, reading fluency, comprehension, and the writing process. Starting with language development, the foundation of literacy begins with oral language. Listening and speaking develop first, and reading and writing build on those oral skills. Building on students' current language, including their home language, is critical for literacy growth. Now, a key distinction for this exam: phonological versus phonemic awareness. Phonological awareness is the broad ability to recognize sound structures like rhyming, syllable counting, and onset rhyme. Phonemic awareness is specifically about individual phonemes, the smallest sound units, including isolating, blending, and segmenting sounds. The key: phonemic awareness is a subset of phonological awareness. Next, phonics and word recognition. The alphabetic principle is the understanding that letters represent sounds. Students learn letter-sound correspondence to begin decoding words. For multisyllable words, students use word analysis strategies including syllabication, breaking words into syllables and morphology, analyzing prefixes, roots, and suffixes. Sight words are high-frequency words that don't follow regular phonics patterns and need automatic recognition. Reading fluency has 3 components you must know: accuracy, rate, and prosody, which is reading with appropriate expression. Strategies for building fluency include repeated reading, choral reading where the class reads together, and reader's theater, which builds expressive reading through performance. Reading comprehension is the ultimate goal of reading instruction. Know these 3 levels. Literal means understanding facts directly stated in the text. Inferential means reading between the lines, drawing conclusions not explicitly stated. Evaluative means judging and analyzing the text, forming opinions about the author's purpose. Teachers facilitate comprehension before, during, and after reading. Before, activate prior knowledge and preview text features. During, use questioning, visualizing, and predicting. After, summarize, retell, and discuss. Vocabulary development is closely tied to comprehension. Effective approaches include context clues, teaching word parts like prefixes and suffixes, and direct instruction of key academic terms in meaningful contexts. You'll need to know the difference between literary and informational texts. Literary genres include fiction, poetry, drama, folktales, and myths. Key story structure elements are character, setting, plot, conflict, and theme. Informational texts use features like headings, captions, diagrams, and glossaries to organize content. Know the major text structures, cause and effect, compare and contrast, chronological sequence, and problem and solution. Your exam will also test your ability to analyze graphic sources like advertisements, editorial cartoons, charts, and maps. For these, focus on the author's purpose, intended audience, and any bias or persuasive techniques being used. The writing process is heavily tested. Know the 5 steps: pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, and publishing. Audience and purpose drive all writing decisions. You must know conventions of standard American English: spelling, capitalization, punctuation, grammar, and word usage. Also know 3 modes of communication: intrapersonal for self-reflection, interpersonal for conversation, and academic for formal writing and presentations. Effective writers adapt their style and register to their audience. Great job with Domain 1. Let's pause and answer a practice question. A first-grade teacher notices that a student can successfully rhyme words and clap out syllables in words, but is unable to isolate the first sound in the word cat. Based on this information, this student most likely needs additional instruction in which of the following areas? A. Phonemic awareness skills. B. Phonological awareness skills. C. Phonics decoding strategies. D. Print awareness concepts. The correct answer is A. Isolating the first sound in a word is a phonemic awareness skill, which deals specifically with individual phonemes. The student can already rhyme and clap syllables, which are broader phonological awareness skills, so phonological awareness in general is not the issue. Option B is too broad because the student already demonstrates some phonological awareness. Option C involves phonics, which requires connecting sounds to printed letters. Option D involves print concepts like directionality and book handling, which is not relevant here. Well done, future teacher. It's time to write a new title on your page because we are moving on to Domain 2, Social Studies. This domain covers government and civics, economics, United States and world history, and geography. While it's 38% of your score, it's still a significant portion, so let's make sure you're prepared. Let's start with government and civics. The U.S. Constitution establishes key principles. Separation of powers divides government into 3 branches. Checks and balances prevent any branch from becoming too powerful. And federalism divides power between national and state governments. Legislative branch, Congress makes laws. Executive branch, the President enforces laws. Judicial branch, the Supreme Court interprets laws. For civics, know citizen responsibilities: voting, jury duty, obeying laws, and community participation. Economics starts with scarcity. Resources are limited, which forces choices. Every choice has a trade-off, and the opportunity cost is the next best alternative you gave up. Supply and demand determine prices, and competition improves quality while lowering costs. Know 4 economic systems: traditional, based on customs; command, where government controls production; market, driven by supply and demand; and mixed, combining market and command elements. If you see a question about economic decisions, remember every choice has an opportunity cost. For U.S. history, know these eras: the colonial period, the American Revolution and Constitution, Civil War and Reconstruction, industrialization and immigration, and the Civil Rights Movement. For world history, recognize how geographic, social, and economic factors shaped past civilizations. For each major conflict, know causes and consequences. A critical skill is historical analysis, distinguishing facts from interpretations, recognizing multiple perspectives, and understanding that interpretations can change as new evidence emerges. Geography centers on 5 themes: location, place, human-environment interaction, movement, and region. Physical features include mountains, rivers, and climate. Human features include cities, culture, and borders. No different map types. Political maps show boundaries, physical maps show landforms, and thematic maps display data like population or resources. For social science research, primary sources are first-hand accounts like diaries, photographs, and artifacts. Secondary sources analyze events after the fact, like textbooks and encyclopedias. Population trends, migration patterns, and networks of economic interdependence are also key topics. Remember that using maps, charts, and visual tools to locate and interpret information is a testable skill on this exam. Excellent work with Domain 2. Let's close out with one more practice question. Which of the following concepts best explains why a coastal city is more likely to develop a fishing industry while an inland city surrounded by fertile land is more likely to develop agriculture? A. Human-environment interaction shapes economic activity based on available natural resources. B. Cultural diffusion and migration patterns determine the industries that develop in a region. C. Supply and demand economics drive communities toward the most profitable industries. D. Regional political organization determines what economic activities are permitted. The correct answer is A. Human-environment interaction is the geographic theme that explains how people adapt their activities and livelihoods based on the physical environment around them. A coastal city uses ocean resources. An inland city uses fertile soil. Option B describes how cultures spread, not how geography shapes economics. Option C addresses market forces but not the geographic cause. Option D involves political boundaries and rules, not physical geography. Congratulations, future teacher, you've made it to the end. You've learned the key overview points. Now it's time to read our full, in-depth study guides, use our interactive vocabulary activity, and take our free practice test by clicking the link in the description below or visiting us at TeacherPreps.com. Best of luck on your upcoming Elementary Education Subtest 102 exam. You've got this.